April 11th, the Democratic Detonation Premium Warbond is coming out. Today we're going to take a look at it. So I'm going to play through the trailer, then we're just going to watch it, and then we're going to go back through the trailer slowly, and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on what I'm hoping to get out of this Premium Warbond. It looks like a decent Warbond overall. You know, the fact they bring these out like every 2 weeks, basically, they bring a new Warbond is pretty insane. Maybe it's every 3 weeks or so. They put the modern battle passes to shame, shall we say. So, yeah, go ahead and leave your comments down below, guys, what you hope to see out of the Warbond and what you think is what it's actually going to be like. And I'm excited to get into my thoughts on some of these. There's some interesting weapons in here. But, yeah, so I'm going to disappear, and we're going to watch the trailer, and then I'm going to come back, and we'll talk about it. Alrighty, so there you have it. That is the Democratic Detention. Oh my. We'll come back up here to the front. That's the Democratic Detention Warbond that's going to be coming out. It looks pretty interesting. We got some interesting things, so we'll go ahead and roll through here. So we start off. It shows us our new armor sets. So what do we have? We have it looks like a new heavy, a new light, and a new medium class. That's going to be nice. I think this heavy guy looks particularly pretty cool. He is a ginormous Giga Boy. He looks like he's going to have some explosive hardening to him. So he's going to have, I think I've heard something about this as well before now, is he's essentially going to have some explosive damage reduction, just like we have that Arc Trooper damage reduction guy that came out. This guy's going to have some explosive damage reduction. This middle guy right here, he's looking like a kind of a grenadier guy, so maybe we're gonna have this light character who's you know, faster like all light characters are, less armor, but he carries more grenades. That would be pretty nice. Or that's just cosmetics to go with the grenade pistol, which would be less exciting. But having like a grenadier guy that's just strapped up on the grenade pistol, I mean, you're gonna be able to go full grenade mode. You can take like the grenade launcher, grenade pistol, and like the crossbow or something, and just blow up stuff. That sounds like a pretty fun like little thematic build to go with. And then we have Mr. Yellow guy over here on the right. He looks like he is just an average yellow dude. Perhaps he's got like a gas mask on. Maybe that does something. I doubt it. He looks like he's just going to be a generic guy, but he is pretty cool looking, so I'll give him that. And I particularly like his, let's see, we go through here. That takes us through the sets, gives us some nice close-ups. You know, they're pretty good looking sets. Oh, here we are, the capes. These capes are actually pretty sick compared to the capes that we already have in the game. You know, a lot of the capes are very generic. This one on the left looks pretty generic, I think, as well. But there's one that's like the Great Equalizer or something. I don't remember what it was called, but it has a great name. I think it's this one over here. I don't remember what it's called, but I think it has a hilarious name. I particularly like this one. It's like lopsided. One side goes down a lot farther. That one's pretty cool looking. And I imagine like if you get these capes tattered too, like if you survive a few missions or something, or just a long time, your cape gets tattered when you go back to the ship and stuff. So, and you haven't died at least. So I think these could actually be pretty cool looking when they get all tattered up. I'm excited to see that. And I'm excited to see where the cosmetics in this game go, because they're just pumping them out so fast and we get so many of them. I really want to see like people's new outfits that they get, because I think they're actually going to be pretty sick. People are going to have pretty cool outfits. See what kind of combinations from fits you can get, because, you know, there's these normal fits that you can, you know, put the whole fit together that it comes with, that it's designed for. It looks fantastic, but you can get pretty creative with mishmashing things together, and I think there's some actually pretty good looking sets. That's something I'd like to do maybe on the channel sometimes, like a competition. Who has the best drip? So we have the grenade pistol here. This guy looks pretty sick. The pistols in the game are pretty weird in that there's really only currently like 3 pistols that are even worth picking up. in my opinion. There's one that's just the overall winner, which is that machine pistol that comes from the free Warbond, the one that the game came out, that machine pistol. I don't remember any of their names, sorry. But it shoots really fast. That one's by far the best secondary that I've used so far. The first primary pistol that you get, just the base one at the beginning of the game, is pretty decent as well, but I haven't used it very much. And then there's the Rhino, which is the revolver. Is a cool idea. I just think it kind of gets overwhelmed, and I think we're going to see that kind of problem with the crossbow when we get to that here in a second too. But this grenade pistol is interesting, and I think it'll be really fun to use as a secondary, especially if you're trying to clear out those hives or the nests really fast. You want to get some of that out. I think that could be really interesting. We'll continue on. It's a one shot. Oh, what I don't think, I was maybe wondering when this was going to come out. Are you going to be able to put in different smoke types? Smoke grenade in my pistol, incendiary grenade in my pistol, explosive grenade in my pistol. It's looking like, at least for this pistol, it's only going to be just like a basic impact nade kind of deal. But for grenade pistols in the future, hopefully, this is the GP31 grenade pistol. Maybe there's going to be like the GP32 thermite pistol or GP33 concussive pistol or something like that. Flashbang, I don't know. Whatever you can dream of. I think those would all be cool options that could be brought in. I think the grenade pistol has a long way to go. I think they want to really add in a lot of variants. That way it gives us a little bit more content drip. So it kind of sucks that we get that content dripped over a while if that ends up happening, but also very understandable. But overall, this grenade pistol looks like it'd be a great addition, especially for me. Using like the scythe, I find that I don't really use my pistol, my secondary, hardly at all. So having something that's a little more utilitarian as my secondary pistol would be really nice. Originally, when I saw the pictures for this Warbond, I thought this was like a Desert Eagle or something. No, it's a grenade pistol. So I think it'll be really cool for, making your build more utilitarian, rounding out some things. Like if you have the scythe, you don't really need another pistol or something that's going to lead up what the scythe was missing. But if I'm using like the Punisher shotgun, I want to have like a machine pistol in case I get overwhelmed up close by little guys or something. But this grenade pistol, I think is going to be really great for rounding out those builds, like I already said like 3 times. Continuing on, doesn't look like it does a lot of damage. This guy looks interesting. So we have 3 new weapons here. I'm excited about all these look actually kind of interesting. I particularly am most interested in this battle rifle looking guy down here that kind of reminds me of like an FN Foul. It kind of has some FN Foul inspired design here in the stock a little bit. It looks a little Foulish. The magazine is certainly FN Foulish. So I think it's going for like a higher caliber battle rifle, 308-ish style rifle. And if we just look at these bullets here, they're definitely bigger than like a 223 bullet, so you can maybe say they're like a 308-ish caliber bullet. I'm not really sure if this game actually adheres to realistic calibers and whatnot, but theorizing here. We're theory crafting. And then we have the crossbow. This is the one I am most and least excited for because it's either going to be awesome and fun or it's going to suck, and I'm leaning toward this probably going to be underwhelming, and I'll get into that in a second. And then we have this guy here. He looks like he's just going to shoot some big ol' honking explosive rounds or something. It's got the chonky muzzle brake up here in the front. The magazines are ginormous. It looks like the equivalent of like a 50 caliber bullet is going to be shooting out of this thing, and it looks like from the trailer it does some explosive damage. We'll continue on through here, and we'll get into these guys in a second. You see how they fire. So this is the Adjudicator is the one that I'm interested in. Let's go back a little bit. Come back. What's his name? The R... Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, that's the Eruptor. Where are we at? What's what I wanted? Oh, we have to go back a little bit more. Okay, the BR-14 Adjudicator Marksman Rifle, so it's called. That's interesting. It's called a Marksman Rifle, so maybe it's not going to be... Well, that kind of brings us more into that foul territory, like I was saying. So if you're like the Call of Duty Black Ops, they have the fouls. They were kind of more DMRs, mid-range, not exactly close range, not exactly far away. They're that kind of middle ground area. So we're going to see how that goes. This looks like it shoots quite fast, but I'm going to suspect that since it's a marksman rifle, it's going to have lower capacity, but it's going to do higher damage. And I'm just going to see how these ones turn out. The other marksman rifles in the game are mediocre. They've had to be buffed a few times. They just have problems competing with other things. The problem is this is a horde game. You're getting overran. This guy could potentially perform a lot better against the automatons than the terminants, though. I have a problem. I just think towards the terminants. You need to make sure we include the automatons. So this guy could really do some damage against the automatons. Maybe he's going to be better for that than the Terminids. The problem with the marksman rifles on the Terminids is that they're armored, so you don't get the big guys that are far away that you can shoot before they're close. They're all armored, so you're not getting through the armor with these marksman rifles anyways. And then if you are up close enough to shoot these, lesser armored guys, first of all, they take very little damage to kill because they're in very large numbers. And they also don't have any armor, and they overrun you. So having a limited magazine is a problem. So having something like the Scythe is really good at taking on those hordes. So I don't know how this guy will excel in that, but I'm excited. This is the one that I think looks the coolest, just in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to using this guy the most. Next, we have the explosive R36 Eruptor. So this guy is, of course, being ran with the Captain Grenade Gauntlet Explosive McGee Grenadier Boy. So he's got all the grenades strapped to his chest. I'm assuming this is going to be the light armor kit. It looks like the light armor kit, but maybe it's not. It could be medium. They kind of look the same, and you could go either way. But this guy is essentially shooting. Can we see? Is he going to shoot again? No. Oh, he's going to shoot right here. So he's shooting, essentially, it's just a glorified grenade launcher. It's just a long-range grenade launcher. He dives off, sends a shot. Can we get a close-up on that shot? It's got like a trail on it, almost like it's a... Oh, yikes. Almost like it's a... But it hasn't hit him yet. Okay, so it's like a little ball that was flying towards him. It's going to be some kind of like grenade launcher, rifle-launched grenade kind of thing, high explosive bullets. We'll see how that goes as well. The problem is if you don't have that primary, and this is kind of the same thing with the explosive Punisher, the energy Punisher. If you shoot it up close, you blow yourself up, so you're going to have a good secondary, and the secondaries in this game are lackluster. There's the machine pistol. You're not going to be able to use the grenade pistol with this. You just need something to keep people off of you, but you can get overwhelmed. They don't do a lot of damage, and their biggest problem is they run out of ammo really fast. They've just got no freaking ammo. So we'll see how that goes. The problem with running these guys is that if you're up close, somebody's going to up close to you. You shoot, whatever this Hive Guard Warrior or whatever this big guy is. You shoot him up close, and you'll blow yourself up, such as life when you're a Helldiver. But that's interesting. So then we have the CB9 Exploding Crossbow. Okay, so the crossbow, every game wants to have a bow, right? Because it's just a new mechanic. It's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting. Some people really want to be the crossbow bow and arrow dude in the game, the sneaky sniper boy. That could actually be interesting. The problem is this is exploding crossbow, so I don't know how it's going to be. But the stealth in this game is actually fantastic, so I'd like to see some more bows added in this game that actually kind of roll into that stealth mechanic where shooting your weapons are kind of quiet. I've noticed that the Quasar Cannon also has some funky things going on with its audio, where if you shoot the Quasar Cannon, you shooting it actually doesn't make a lot of sound, but the impact of hitting another enemy makes a lot of sound, so they'll go look around the area where you shot the guy, but not actually where you shot it from. So the Quasar Cannon is kind of interesting when it comes to stealth, but we're not here to talk about the Quasar Cannon. We're here to talk about the CB9 Exploding Crossbow. So let's take a look at this guy actually shooting at these guys. So it looks like it shoots slow. You cock it, which is nice. You're not doing like a manual really long reload, because that was something I'd really worry about, is just the fire rate on this thing. I still think the fire rate's going to be slow. That's just really going to be a problem with it. Is just like, look how think. I mean, that one whole shot just to take out a little guy. These are some smaller enemies that they have taking on in this trailer, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this stacks up against other enemies in the game that are not these pushover boys. So these guys are all low health enemies. Whether or not the crossbow is good is going to be really dependent on if it's good against like Hive Guards and the large Hive Guard Warriors or whatever they are, the bigger ones that's names it's escaping me at this very moment in time. Yeah, we'll continue on. This is what is actually really cool on this. So the thermite grenade, the G123 thermite grenade, looks a lot like a German throwable grenade, which I don't know their specific names either. If you notice, I don't know a lot of names of things. I tend to forget those. But so we've got this sticky grenade that's on the end of the stick. He pulls the pin and it actually shoots out a lot of spikes. That's kind of fun. So it's a sticky grenade. That we can assume. It looks like it's going to stick to things. That's good. He throws the sticky grenade, and the first thing I thought of when they said thermite grenade is two things. One, sticking it to chargers. Two, sticking it to tanks. The automaton tanks, if you can stick this to like the exposed heatsink grill, whatever it's on the weak spot on the back of the tanks, or like the big turret towers or something, what this will be able to do, if it can actually one-shot those or not. That's going to be a really big question. I don't imagine that this little thermite grenade one-shots chargers. I just don't see that happening. But I do think, can we get a closer up? Whatever. So he's stuck it on him here and it's burning him. I think it could maybe break through the armor. I think that's what it might be really good at. You could stick it to a Bile Titan, break through their armor, their back armor, or a charger back armor, or like the leg armor on one of these guys. If it can take out nests as well, that would be really nice, because when you don't have those grenades in your pocket to be able to take out nests, that can be really, really awkward and inconvenient. So that's a major detractor for running some grenades, like the concussion grenades. Really awesome for, you know, doing things with. So I still definitely take them, but not having those grenades in your pocket can be very inconvenient, because now you're having to use like a quasar cannon or your expendable rockets or something to try and very slowly take out these nests. That can be kind of annoying. But thermite grenade, I think, has a lot of potential. I think it's going to be a new good grenade, because it kind of seems like the grenades are a little stale. Actually, no, they have a pretty good variety. I like the impact grenade. High explosive grenade is just good all around. The concussive grenade is fantastic for getting just the juiciest airstrikes you've ever seen in your entire life. So can't complain about that. I think this thermite grenade is going to be good. You can see they're all shooting at him, and the thermite grenade goes off. And that's the end of the trailer. So I think that's taken us pretty much through the entire trailer. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. We have a Discord link down below if you guys want to join that. Hang out, talk to people in the server, help me record videos, testing, you know, whatever in the game whenever I get around to it. Yeah, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.